Morning guys, we live here from a very wet Pietermaritzburg. The original link wasn't working, so let me try and do this. So it's been raining pretty badly all night. Here we have the under 17 bunch. Races started 1 or 2 minutes ago. Just try not to get focused on the raindrops. That's a little bit annoying.
I'll do my best. I'll try and do my part.
So I'm here in the car with Mr. Andrew Johnson, local from KZN. So he knows the route quite well. One of our, racing vets in his younger day. He's done this race many times, contesting the sprint. So Andrew, power rider. His son is in the bunch ahead of us. Also very strong.
Yeah, so what happens here is they pretty much start Fox Hill climb in about a kilometer time, less than a kilometer, and that is normally where guys will try and split it up. I'm not sure what will happen. Small group today. Might be a little bit of wind around, although it doesn't look like it at the moment, Swan.
Yeah,
still.
It seems quite still.
But the wind is predicted.
The wind's predicted, but I think more rain is predicted. You'll see the roads are very, very wet. So good morning to all our viewers. See, there's 7 of you. I can't actually see who's on here. Let's have a look if I can see the chat.
So Sean, take us through who you know is in the group.
So good morning.
And their credentials.
Good morning, Lux Love. Good to see you here. This is one of our rider sponsors. Morning. So it's sunny in midstream. Nice to know for our Gauteng riders. Let me get my glasses so I can see who's actually saying good morning, because there is someone else saying good morning. Good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, so sitting on the front right now, we can start with the 3 on the front. We've got Nicholas, Gustav and Josh. So take us through their credentials there, Sean.
Okay, so let me start with Nicholas, because he belongs to me. So Nicholas is the current Balkan champion, so he rides under a Bulgarian license, as he's, good fun and Mava sounds pretty Bulgarian. So Zdrasti, Dobrutro to all our Bulgarian riders.
And all his Bulgarian fans.
And his Bulgarian fan base. He's also the Bulgarian XCO champ, believe it or not, and he is the Bulgarian TT champ, so he's got some nice credentials. I think he took the August this year. He's taken 1 or 2 other races and had some pretty decent results. Next, I'll talk about Gustav Roller, the other young man from Gauteng. So Gustav has an exceptional palmares. I think he's the current SA champ at every single track event bar 1 in his age category. He's took a significant amount of wins in the Cremesa racing in Belgium this year. He's been multiple SA champion on the road and TT as well. Not a bad pedigree on the mountain bike. He was right up there in the mix in the schools this season. And then we have, I'm going to cover your boy last because I think he's the local hometown hero. So at the back here, we have the current South African under-17 champion, Zande Erasmus. Also, tail up a bit, he took the Welkom or the Bloemfontein Classic last week. Him and Josh Johnson were racing there. They were actually racing with the elites, and they made it into a very select breakaway in the front. and had a fantastic race. I think Sunday placed 5th overall against the juniors and the elites, and Josh rolled in, I think, 11th overall. So phenomenal for a 15 and 16 year old to be mixing it up with our country's finest elites and juniors. So absolutely phenomenal results from the two. And that is a nice segue into who is Josh Johnson. So Josh Johnson is a first year youth. He has been multiple South African champions across the disciplines, so cross country, road and TT, as well as criterium. He also took a significant win in Belgium in the Cremesa racing this year. Unfortunately got a bit sick, so didn't have a very long season there, but managed to take a win. And he's obviously the local down here. So with him is another local, Josh Paul. So I think maybe some local knowledge when they come into Durban might play into their hands. We'll see. But I think those are pretty much... we mustn't forget Josh Johnson is a chess grandmaster, so you know, when the strategy needs to come into play, I suspect that potentially he'll be able to make it count in his favor.
And if there's anyone, we don't know all the names of the boys. I do have a sheet here which we can flip through. We'll go through the sheets and we'll let you know who the others are in the group.
Yeah, sorry.
First bit of hard riding. I think Nicholas is on the front.
Yeah, Nicholas making it hard. So Nicholas will want this race to be super hard. He doesn't want to take it to a sprint, so he'll try and get rid of the weaker riders first, and hopefully tire the sprinters. So he knows Josh, Paul and Gustav are both very good sprinters. I think him and Zander would prefer not to take them to the line, so they are potentially going to try and make it a little bit harder. So we have Nicky van der Merwe, Josh Johnson, Azar Khan, Philip Theron, Luke Henderson, Josh Paul, Nathan Foster, JP Pitter, Zander Erasmus, Zianda Mhlongo and Gustav Roller. That is our under 17 bunch. Guys, if I pronounce the first one. So the first young man, I'm afraid, is starting to feel the heat. He's coming out on this first uphill climb. Two more dropping. Team Siata. Oh no, that's not one of the youngsters. That is.
Come on, boy.
That's not that's one of the dropped vets. I'm
is
afraid.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's not one of the youngsters.
Okay.
I think these two are potentially the youngsters here that are getting dropped. That was a vet that they've caught that started ahead of them. Yeah, so these two youngsters took a bit of punishment up this first drag. See, it's young Gustav Roller on the front setting the pace. These two will have to chase them on the downhill and try and get back in. As you can see, the weather is pretty diabolical.
Not too cold, but it will be cold once the wind blows and
Yeah, I think
they're
if you're wet and the wind is blowing on you, it'll be particularly nasty. So
there's always spray up in your eyes from the wheels in front of you. Sometimes actually beneficial to just be on the front in conditions like this if it's not a headwind.
So here are some vets that have obviously not really done their homework training wise, and you know, come flying out of the vets bunch. I myself have on occasion raced in the vets and also generally, you know, come flying out of the bunch on the first climb. You know, gravity is not my friend. I'm more of a downhill type, Andrew. I like the downhill.
I don't know, I think the training in the cradle that I've been seeing on Strava is pretty fierce.
So these two youngsters are going to have to chase. Let me give them some encouragement out the window. Come guys, get back in, they're right here. Chase them. Work together, chase them.
Andrew.
Andrew, that's you.
Yes, copy Dimbo.
Indro, can you come through?
Gustav has got his hand up.
Copied.
Let's see what the issue is.
It's a jacket.
Okay, got a young man that wants to hand us the jacket. Just go up to them. It's who is it? Who is it?
PJ.
Is it PJ?
When they click up here,
Yeah.
I'll get it. Hold on, PJ.
Yeah, watch
Thumbs,
the.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it's getting hit now. Now Nicholas has decided he's gonna rev them a little bit up this climb just to.
Gustav is also wanting to hand his jacket in.
Yeah, I think so. Now's the time to slow him down, take his jacket. You know, while Nicholas is revving it up this climb.
I think one of the riders also wants to take his jacket off. One more. Is one more jacket?
Okay, just go up next to him. I'll ask him if he wants to shed his jacket. Just go up next to Gus.
Yeah, I just wanted to take it. I'm gonna hit the sake.
Message repeat.
Zonde in front of us. Gustav now giving it a rev. Come up, Andrew.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of jackets here. Zander here as well.
Zander,
There.
Josh. So the pace is now obviously slacked off.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, we're now all ready to rumble again.
Ready to rumble. It got hot quickly.
Yeah, I think that climb sorted them out quite quickly. I see this young man at the back is wearing a tracksuit top that is going to get wet
Oh, that's
and
offer
cold.
to take it, man.
Yeah, we can ask him if
Yeah.
he wants to give it.
I'm going to ask him if he wants to give us his jacket.
Siata Rider, do you want to give me your jacket? Or you good? It's good.
You sure you're okay? I can take your jacket.
No.
Okay.
Oh, Gustav has now decided he's going to make it hot. So here's the next one that couldn't handle that pace.
It's an attack. It's looking pretty hard.
Yeah, Siata's off. Couldn't handle the pace. I think we're seeing this whittled down to the 5 that I predicted already in the front. So we've got Josh Paul, we've got Gustav Roller, we've got Zander Erasmus, Nicky van der Merwe, and Josh Johnson. That's it, whittled down. I think we're probably looking at the top 5 strongest under 17 riders in the country at the moment from a road perspective.
I think that's fair to say. Morgan
Jones,
Jones,
from the Cape.
definitely.
There's
Morgan
a few
Jones.
other young men up in Gauteng, but
Yeah.
you know, this is pretty much as good as it gets.
We've got some other strong riders, but
So I didn't.
it's hard to get around
So
the
I
country.
haven't spoken about Josh Poole that's in this group, Andrew. So Josh
Yeah.
Poole, I think, came third at SA Champs on the podium.
yes, on the road, and
On
he's
the road.
he's had a phenomenal mountain bike.
So was he
journey.
not fourth at cross country champs this year?
Yes,
I think he was.
fourth.
Yeah.
He's had some phenomenal XCO races at national level, the
Yeah.
SA Cups. He's a training partner with Josh Johnson, and he's recently been spending a bit more time on the road bike. So yeah, and he's got a good kick on him as well. So if he's at the finish, depending on how hard the race has been, I expect him to be contesting for the sprint. So there's the national champions jersey. That's the red jersey, so under 17 and below.
Red jerseys, and junior and above are white jerseys. So these are some ladies. Did the ladies start ahead of them?
Yes.
Okay, so they're starting to catch the elite ladies. They've caught the vets. Gustav is attacking again. Interesting tactic from a sprinter on the climbs to try and ride them off. I know Gustav has been working quite hard on endurance. He's been putting in some massive rides, so he's clearly showing that he's got the legs today to get over these climbs on the front, hurting the others a bit.
Nicky's got words. Nicky's having words. He's going to want it hard the whole way, and it might not necessarily be in everyone's interest to make it hard the whole way. So
Nicholas is quite vocal normally. He likes to to make sure everyone's taking their turn, marshalling the troops a little bit, you know.
And you always need one in the peloton. It's important.
Right, Captain?
Yep. The weather is miserable.
Guys, we come down here to the beach to have nice sunshine, and look at what we got. So Andrew, I don't know if you've taken the distance, that you know how far we've gone. But it's obviously quite important because we are only allowed to feed after 30 kilometers. So we'll potentially need to ask the com how far we're in if you haven't.
I don't know whether taking all the jackets off was such a hot idea.
Yeah, I think after that first climb they must be getting a little bit cold now. They're going to be digging, I think, hard on all the climbs to warm up now. Hitting it a bit.
But the first half of this race is the hardest, so I expect that it will be hard up until at least Kloof.
So can Lux Live just share that link that I posted on the Youth Cycling Facebook page potentially, please? Obviously it's a bit difficult to share links, and the original link that I shared refused to start a live stream, so I'm not sure what was going on with YouTube for that. But if you guys can just share this link, it'll be great. I can't really share it while I'm streaming.
We've got a car behind us.
I don't think it's a follow car. I think it's someone that's... Is this not meant to be full road closure?
It is. So this is just someone who's taken a chance here.
Yeah. I'm calling him through. But now he wants to race, cause an accident. I mean,
these conditions are very tough today.
So obviously the road surface is quite slippery as well.
Slippery, and there's potholes as well, which won't all be visible because they'll be filled with water. It's going to be windy. It's going to be raining the whole way to Durban.
Yeah.
And the wind will make it cold. So this is not going to be an easy 106 kilometers.
So Andrew, tell us a little bit about the route. We start in Pietermaritzburg. and we go to Durban, but what lies in between?
So we're still climbing Fox Hill. We're going to then hook a left through some flatish rolling section that might be quite exposed to some crosswinds. It's an area where I have felt quite a lot of pain in the past doing this race. And then we head into Cato Ridge, Camperdown, Harrison Flats, and then into the Drummond area, and there's about a 6-minute climb, 5 or 6 minute climb, and then a 7-minute climb that takes you up to the Comrades Wall. So that's the halfway point of Comrades. So that's where the real, well, the only real climb other than Fox Hill is for the race. And then we drop down past Kersney. We drop down into Hillcrest. We take a right in Hillcrest onto the M13 and then through to Westville. 45th cutting, Westville 45th cutting, under the toll gate bridge into Durban. We head down to Kingsmead Cricket Stadium. We take a left at Kingsmead, and then it's about 2.2 kilometers with a busting tailwind into the finish.
So look, the pace is definitely hot here. The boys all seem to be taking equal turns on the front. They are riding pretty hard, rolling together quite nicely. You know, we're starting to pick up quite a lot of traffic that have come out of the elite ladies, the vets, free rides, buddy, no free rides. Together pretty well.
So here's a group that they're catching up ahead here.
Yeah. Yo, look at the amount of water on the road here. One of the elite ladies here, looking like she's taking the weather quite, stride. Loving life, living her best life. Yeah, this young Josh Johnson at the back, he's just taking his pull on the front. Him and Nicholas are quite tall riders. They're easy to identify in a bunch. They look quite similar as well. They've got a very similar kind of riding style. Here's the next elite lady. I think I know who this is. Just let me say hello. Come chase them! So that is Nayaki. She's
Gustav fitting it, but they will be pushing out a lot of power.
yeah, there's big watts getting generated. Yeah, we can probably solve Eskom's load shedding problem with these 5 in the front at the moment.
These are the European conditions that we need the boys to
experience a little bit.
Yeah,
probably.
to experience a bit. So yeah, I mean, there's some really fast descents. We've got a descent off into Drummond. It's tight. There are a few tight turns there from what I recall, and then we've got both these hills got a descent which is quite wide, so that should be fairly safe.
It does make me a little bit nervous, I must tell you, Andrew.
Yeah.
I think this might be the elite ladies bunch that has just been hauled in. You know, based on the 2 ladies that we've seen that have just been shelled, I think it's quite possible that this is the front of the ladies' race, which it is. I can see some Santon City kit, I think, on the front.
I think I'm ready for a gel.
Andrew. So we have a little competition in the under 17 racing. Whose dad stresses the most? Cut it down to 2 main contestants. That being Andrew Johnson.
More than us, you catching up, bro.
and Valley Ulifi, I think.
This is not women. This
No,
is
it's not. That's the vets.
these are vets. Now what's going to happen? These guys are going to
Okay,
try
I'll
and
let you
jump
right and pass on
on.
the right. You know.
So those two are probably the main panic mechanics. It's hard to separate the two of them when you get to like a major race, and especially at cross country and on the sideline, they're literally gibbering. Andrew's a lot more calm today because you can obviously see what's happening in the car behind. But I think it's a close call between him and Valley, who panics the most. So we've caught the vets leading bunch, I think, in front of us.
I think this is Masters.
Or Masters. I don't think it's the lead though, because I don't see a comm vehicle with them. Josh Johnson on the front, busy hitting it. So just rolled off from his turn. Gustav takes over. Yeah, these boys are exceptionally strong. I think they've been putting in quite a lot of training this year. I know there's been some big blocks for some of these guys, and the class is starting to show from that. So I think in the last couple of races they've taken the juniors and most of the elites. So you know, when the 15 and 16-year-olds are there racing the juniors and the elites, it is quite something.
No, these guys are going to try and jump on you.
Yeah, the comm needs to stop them.
It's a problem. Well, they'll drop them as soon as it goes up again.
Yeah. So we have the vets here in front of us. I just want to see. I'll see a bib when we come past to be able to see what the category is. But they now want to jump onto the under 17s and get a free ride, and it's not really allowed. And it also makes it a little bit more dangerous for them because these guys are a bigger bunch. You know, the 5 of them are working together. They know what everyone's doing.
More. Are these guys allowed to latch on like this?
So we'll ask the comm to sort it out. They're not really allowed to interfere in this race. They should just let them go.
I think I'm going to have to drop back until we've got a gap.
I think so, yeah. Let's just come in behind here. As soon as it goes up, they'll drop them.
Mboneni iya kwi-front Mboneni, and then bese udlulisa imoto le ezayo. Sure. Alright.
So if I recall, that is Fox Hill done, huh?
Okay. So they definitely made it hard enough to get rid of some of the riders. I think there's riders all over the road. Okay, there goes the under 17s. They've dropped.
There's wind. Look at the wind, yeah.
The wind is coming from the side. So
here comes the wind.
Yeah. But they've dropped this vet sponge now, so they've gone clear. I think we can safely move around, Andrew. I don't think these guys will come across. So still 5 riders here, same protagonists. So Andrew, what can you tell us about the chicken farm on the right? Give me some.
This is one of our finest chicken farms, actually, in Pietermaritzburg. Produce some of our best chickens for export to Brazil.
Okay. Excellent. And in the egg shortage, this is one of the few remaining ongoing chicken farms.
Laying farm B25.
Yeah, that's actually world famous. The quality of eggs from here, been going since 1805. You can see buildings are ancient. A lot of history. We've got a left turn coming up onto the Umlaas Road. And kicker. Gustav on the front. Some nice speed bumps. I'd like to give out a big shout out to Deanne Johnson this morning. She's been hosting us this weekend. I think you know, the amount of energy that that Nicholas brings to our household is sometimes maybe a bit trying, especially, you know, if you're not used to him.
Fortunately, she's used to him.
Yeah,
she was with him in Belgium.
Yeah, so she's used to him now, but you know, I have to give a big shout out to her for putting up with us. It is it does sometimes require some patience.
He's a great pleasure. Always interesting. There's always something going on. Something to talk about.
Yeah. So I think there was not much sleep had by some of the people at this race due to the rugby last night, Andrew. So how are you feeling after your 3-hour nap, power nap last night?
Listen, I'm happy to be in the vehicle and not on the road.
Yeah, listen, I can tell you.
This wind here, you see this?
Yeah.
Look at these trees. This wind is pumping now. It's starting to get stiff. Look at this.
Yeah, so they're going to be getting. So if there's anyone up the road, on the side of the road, Andrew and I'd quite like coffee if you don't mind. You know, just I'll take mine black with some sweetener. Got beautiful sugarcane fields on the left. This part of the world is quite renowned for being quite a good sugar country. You'll see there's lots of cane actually lying in the road. So when the guys run out of gel, they can potentially just scoop up a piece and gnaw on it.
Oof, look at this wind here.
The visibility is terrible.
And the wind
is going. It's getting hit on the front.
Proper European conditions.
I don't know who's on the front there, but whoever, I think it was Zander or Josh, have decided, yeah, Zander's decided it's time to crack on this descent. Oh no, it's Nicholas. Zander's just rolled off. Nicholas has also decided he's going to push on. How fast are we going there, Andrew?
We are at 80 k's an hour.
So we're hitting at 80 k's an hour down this wet, miserable
amount of road
experience.
Yeah. You spend the least amount of time on a road bike, and not only road races as
So they're going to be looking. So they're going to be looking for signs of weakness and get rid of one or two. I think they quite like it. It is one of the more prestigious races in South Africa. I think it's the oldest ongoing road race that there is in the country. I think Zander's just put in quite a big attack on the front there. Nicholas immediately onto Gustav's wheel, Gustav onto Zander, but that was definitely
ride as a team.
No, so they'll ride for their own ambitions. I think there might be one.
I'm sure their bodies will be.
Nicholas is fully tucked in at the bottom there, and he is going hell for leather down this descent. I mean, we are putting out some serious speed down these wet roads at some points. A little bit nerve-wracking.
You see who's viewing there, who's watching?
Man, I can't. We were up to 19 viewers. We're now down to 3 again. It's up and down,
maybe,
I think.
Maybe we've chased everyone away.
And maybe. I mean, maybe it's our, you know,
it's the drone. It's the drone of our voices.
I think everyone's probably gone for a nap after the rugby last night.
That's true.
I think we've also been offline quite a bit in the last section. We're down to one viewer. So clearly, Andrew, we're making an impact. They don't like us chasing away the viewership with our winning personalities. Boys are all still taking turns though. I don't think anyone has skipped a turn. Well, I've seen Josh pull at the back quite a lot. I don't know if he's been taking every turn. Let's have a look. I want to just pay attention to see if anyone's skipping. So Nicky's on the front, Josh behind him, Zander. So Nicky's set up. Yeah. So Zander's gone through, he's going on. Zander will have very much the same strategy as Nicky. He wants to make it hard for the guys. Yeah. It's rolling off Josh Paul on the front. Also lets up a little bit.
Listen, Josh Paul, as I said, a mountain biker, he's got his mountain bike, and quite often make that mistake where they don't feed because they feel like
Superman. Look, another Gauteng riders are down here coming to sea level. They're already feeling like, you know, at the start of a race like this, I know I always feel great at sea level, you know, and then the fatigue sets in slightly later. So maybe an advantage for them.
Nicholas drilling it there, and Alex all having to pit hard to get in the slip. Zander now drilling it. And they're catching some more.
Yeah, so Nicholas down nice and low. Gustav at the back down. Zander, very nice aero
Josh
position.
Also now on the front.
Yeah, Josh on the front. I think he's also given a bit of a dig now.
Yeah.
I think they're slowing us down here, watching the roadworks.
Yeah, Gustav there with a hand signal just to move all the riders to the right. Gustav, very experienced rider on the road.
And all of these guys are actually good friends. So, you know, while they mates or, you know, so great camaraderie, great listen, if we had these 5 guys in a team, I think we could cause some proper damage overseas. They're all very, very, very strong. It's one of the elite ladies.
They're definitely keeping it positive, Sean.
So they're not. Yeah, they haven't set up and said, "Look, it's only us. We're going to just roll."
And I think the boys all respect each other. They know that they are some of the strongest under 17s in the country, and I think
it's one of our elite ladies from the bunch been dropped. I think it's probably the first time most of them have raced a road race in these kind of conditions as well. I know Nicholas has never raced in conditions this bad.
Neither has Josh, yeah.
So new experience for all of them. As Andrew was saying earlier, it does become a little bit unpleasant because the road spray comes up the tire off the tire in front of you, into your face.
His glasses on his leg there.
Yeah. Trying to maybe get the water off the rain comes into your mouth. It's this filthy water off the tar. It's, you know, it can become quite unpleasant, and you know, it's a good learning experience. I think in Belgium, you know, the roads there, they call it Belgium toothpaste when that gunk is getting sprayed into your mouth.
Oh, I just noticed something there. So I noticed that Zander skipped a turn there, actually letting the wheel go and forcing Josh to close the gap.
Oh, that's interesting tactic.
Yeah, Josh will be very wise to that. He won't like that very much, and so we'll see what happens with the tactics. Interesting, good little move there by Zander. It's the right thing to do.
These guys are all quite skilled. I don't know if you noticed them all giving it a bit of a bunny hop and a whip over the speed bump. You know, they're pretty good with their bike handling skills. A whole lot of them. I think all of them basically have some form of background in mountain biking. So yeah, in fact all of them do. All of them race on the mountain bike as well, so I think they're all pretty good at bike handling. Some obviously a lot better than others. I think, you know, as you said, Andrew, Josh is predominantly a mountain biker. I think he spends a lot more time on his MTB than he does on the road, riding trails, single track, excellent cross-country racer. Josh Paul the same. I think Gustav's bike handling skills are phenomenal, natural talent. And Nicky is probably the most cautious out of the lot.
But with incredible raw power that he's developing with the help of what farming?
Yeah.
Jordan.
So Darren Jordan has been working Nicky quite hard of late, so the numbers are up, the power is up. And I think the endurance is, where Nicholas is quite strong. So hopefully, if they keep the pace high, he's hoping that he'll have the legs in the end. I'm not convinced that this course will suit him that much. I think, you know, the last climb is, I think, 40 k's from the finish, and then it's pretty much downhill and flat. So, you know, unless there's a lot of wind or something to play into his favour, you know, it's more of the elite ladies on the left, with one of the other young men or older men trying to latch on to them. So I think it might be a little bit too much of an easy finish for him to get away off the front. He'd prefer a harder one, or at least a harder finish. Feeding's open.
Copied that, thank you.
He'd
So
like
that
a
means
harder
it's
finish.
30 k's.
Yeah, so we've done 30 k's so far, guys, because it's just been opened by the race. Is there anything you want to know? Let us know in the chat.
We know everything.
Our experts.
Sean, on the right hand side here is a massive depot here for agricultural equipment.
Instant turf. Also growing lawn now on the right.
Why is the ball slowing like this?
So, I mean, look at this excellent farm equipment here. Manufactured locally in KZN, exported all over the world. Look at those nice combined harvest.
Water here.
Yeah, look at the water on the side there. So it has been bucketing down all night. So this weather pattern, Andrew, back to you knowing everything, was actually caused by the northern snow geese migration.
That's
It
right.
happened a
Sean.
bit early, so
Yeah,
you know they come for their mating season out here in Belito,
that's right.
and you know the combined effect of all the wing beats actually brought in the cloud cover yesterday, and that caused massive torrential rain.
Yep, another one of the effects of global warming, you know,
Yeah.
changing the migration patterns of,
Yeah, absolutely.
of snow geese. We've seen a lot of snow geese in Belito over the winter.
So I see the guys are not letting up. I see Gustav is giving it a proper thrashing on the front at the moment. So the guys are having some very positive racing. I think I'm going to catch some of the juniors. I think that is probably motivating them.
Definitely not, they're racing positively.
Yeah. Look, there'll definitely be some tactics towards the end because they're going to need to, you know, figure out how they can win this race. But at the moment, I think they're working together pretty well. They haven't really put anyone of each other under pressure yet, I don't think. I don't think anyone here is under pressure. I think they're all riding well within their limits.
The conditions are very wet.
Yeah, look, it's pretty horrible. There's nothing worse than wet cycling bibs chafing you. Nice wet shoes, constant spray in the face. I myself, Andrew, am a bit of a fair weather rider, so I'm not really in it. When the weather looks like this, I'm pretty hesitant to don the riding kit and go out.
Let's just hope that none of these boys have any mechanicals.
Yeah, I think
If they do, whoever it is, we will endeavour to do a fast change.
yeah.
And try. Hopefully they will be able to get back into the race, because that would be sad if any of them were to drop out of
Due to a
this
mechanical,
due to
yeah.
mechanical. We don't want that.
Yeah, look at the pace they're riding at. I think a lone rider is going to really struggle to get back in. He'll really need to bury himself, and then I think that'll probably, if he even gets back in, will obviously have consumed so much energy that his finishing sprint might be jeopardized. So yes, let's hope nothing happens. You see here, there's some goats, sheep and cattle for sale. Ibrahim's livestock.
Now this is Camperdown, also world renowned for the quality of sheep and goat.
Yeah, I mean, goat is not something we eat regularly in South Africa,
Unless you go to Camperdown, because
Yeah.
they serve a great goat.
yeah. I mean, I'm quite partial to goat. In Malawi, goat is quite a staple. A nice little billy goat. It's been slow roasted.
Well, in most
Yeah.
of the African countries
Yeah.
that I work in, a lamb or a beef
Yeah, it's not really.
is goat.
Yeah, it's
Lamb
goat,
or
yeah.
beef is
Yeah.
goat.
So far, the road has been pretty good. I mean, we haven't had any bad road surface. See Josh Johnson, Josh Paul's getting distanced here on the downhill again. I think he's a little bit nervous on the
What's
road bike,
happening?
maybe. So every little descent, there's a little gap that forms,
Come on, PJ.
and I see a little shake of the
Yeah,
head. They're
no.
hurting him, and
I
if
think
that
he's-
elastic snaps,
I think that's a problem, PJ. Give
If
him a
that
shout of encouragement.
yeah, I'll get back on you.
Then Josh has just slowed pace right
Yeah.
up. He's not going to do any pulls while
Yeah.
PJ's off the back. He won't want to drop him.
Gustav, on the other hand, and Zando are having none of it.
Of course, they will definitely
So they're
make
going to
it
try.
hard.
Yeah, they're going to try and knock him
Yeah,
down.
which makes sense. So this is racing, and this is
Yeah.
what. So PJ now is on the limit, and he will be digging hard. You can see he was suffering there,
So fortunately for him, it was a very short drag.
but it just
But
shows.
they actually dropped him on the downhill
Yeah.
because I think he's not.
Is he spinning out,
Yeah.
or is he spinning out?
He doesn't look like he's spinning out. I just don't think he's comfortable
No, he's
because
not
they.
comfortable. Yeah.
Nicholas will go and hits it as hard as he can on the front side. I mean, he's putting
Yeah.
out the same power that he's putting out on the climb.
Yeah.
So, you're not freewheeling. You're having to
No.
pedal as hard as you can to stay in.
But I think that we know that Josh Paul is one of the stronger mountain bikers, under 70 mountain bikers in the country. But it just shows, if you don't spend that time on the road bike in that position, it is a different feeling.
Yeah, that elastic, he's
Yeah.
hanging just off the back, but he's burning because the other guys now
Yeah.
are taking turns, and he is unfortunately having to do the work himself. And I think the three Gauteng boys are now going to put him to the sword. They're not going to
Yeah.
sit up for
No,
him.
they won't.
Josh set up for him, but they're not here to help him. Come, boy,
PJ,
just get in.
just ride within yourself now. The pace may slow down. Take a gel, ride within yourself, boy. Okay,
They just here. You
don't. Take a gel, ride within yourself, recover, and get going again. You know how to dig, boy. You know how to dig. So just recover.
Josh is sitting up every time he goes to the front, so time it. Watch when he goes, make an effort then, close the gap, rest when the others are on the front.
Yeah, he's slow. He's trying to slow it. He's trying to slow it. So just recover. Deep breaths. Oh, shame. That is just a horrible, horrible feeling.
So you can see them. They just yeah.
And he's. I mean, he's got spit coming out of his mouth. He really is digging deep. It's just hard. Stomach, I think, is hurting him now. Oh, Nicola, Brandon, I know you guys are down in the Cape. Not sure if you're watching, Nicola.
So unfortunately, I mean, that gap may seem small, but if the pace is hard, it's the worst feeling ever. You can see it. I know when I've been dropped and you in a bigger bunch, you can watch the guy on the back. He's actually freewheeling. He's not pedaling. And you're pedaling as hard as you can, and that gap is just widening.
Opening, yeah.
Yeah, so they've pried this gap open now. I think,
yeah.
They've decided they don't want him in the bunch. They obviously would prefer to have a smaller group. So
and we all know the strength of PJ. So yeah. it just shows how hard the guys are going.
Sure. So to the guys that have just joined again, that have asked for a recap, we have just lost PJ here. The guys were giving it full stick on the downhill, and they created a small gap, and then the Gauteng boys tore it to pieces. So they obviously saw that they've hurt PJ, they've put him on the limit. You can see they're just ahead of us here, but they saw that they've hurt him, and they're now actually prying the gap open. So I think the other KZN rider has been a little bit kind and been trying to slow them to let PJ back in, but the Gauteng boys are having none of it. So, you know, they know there's only 3 spots on the podium. They would rather not take him to the line because he has got quite a good sprint. So they've now shelled him, and the gap is widening. I mean, this is actually reasonably heartbreaking to watch, because I can see he's working so hard. But 1 versus 4 is normally not a game you want to play, and it's not great. It's not ideal.
You wait for a group as well, and when a group comes on, you just latch on, okay? You recover, and you'll have a great second half, boy. You'll have a good second half, okay?
Those vets can't be too far behind you. So, yeah, they've widened that gap quite substantially. I don't think
we'll stay with PJ for a bit longer and just keep him company.
But I think unless they let up, I don't think he'll get back in. So the one of the big differences between road and mountain bike racing is on the mountain bike, the guys will generally spin out on a steep downhill. They won't rip it, and it's normally a little bit technical, so they're setting up, they're recovering a bit. Whereas on the tar, they have a gear ratio to drive the pain all the way, so they're not letting up on the downhills, they're not letting anyone recover, and they are hitting it, you know, the entire time. So if you are struggling a little bit, there's no recovery. And I think that's the case here. So I think maybe a little bit too little time on the road bike, because you also need, when you in slipstream, you need to be very close to the wheel in front of you, recover, you know, get what benefit from the slipstream you can get. And if you're a nervous rider, you haven't been on the road a lot, you also don't want to be right in the guy's wheel. And
I think that I certainly found, because I didn't do much on the road, but I certainly found that the higher cadence and the more consistent cadence.
Yeah, there's no recovery.
There's no, you know, whereas on the mountain bike, on the descents, there's time to freewheel and stuff. You know, depending on who's in the group, the guys will be pedaling on the descents, and so your legs are never not moving. They're moving all the time, and that cadence in that slightly different position on the road bike, it starts to work slightly different muscles that you haven't quite conditioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what we see here with PJ, because it's not a strength issue. Yeah. We know that power to weight,
he's there.
Pound for pound, he's one of the strongest.
Yeah.
It's just not enough time on the road.
On the road bike, yeah. Look at often. I mean, I've seen a lot of of mountain bikers come give it a bash on the road, and it doesn't translate. So I mean, we know from SA Champs, I think we saw Sam Cleary in the original break, and I mean he's probably our top under 17 cross country rider in the country at the moment, and you know he couldn't stay in that break.
Yeah.
He also faded at the end. So I think
Terrible road conditions, yeah.
Let's
No
hope there's
punches.
no
Oh.
punches. So I think you know, it's very much a case of, have you done this a lot? You know, have you practiced it? Have you trained your body to handle it? So Andrew is a world-renowned rally driver in his spare time. I've got to tell you, I feel safe in his hands here. Andrew, I think we're going to have to move up
Yeah, we're
now
gonna
to the
move now.
front, because if someone needs to be fed,
Yeah, well,
I'm not worried about Nicholas, because I know he won't need to be fed. They're right. I mean,
right.
they're just here
yeah.
at the top of the hill.
Now, if Josh senses that there's a little bit of Gauteng KZN
Yeah.
rivalry here, then
Yeah.
he doesn't have to do
Then he
a
must
thing.
sit on the back,
He doesn't have to do
Yeah.
a thing, and so we'll see whether that is in fact
the case.
what happens. That's it. You got a rhythm, boy. You can see them still, hey? Find the rhythm.
PJ, if you only had a 45-minute activation, you would have saved the legs for today.
It's not going to be funny.
He was for the audience, he was giving Nicholas a bit of
Bit of lip.
yesterday. Why? Because Nicholas probably has ridden more than all of them this year. So they teased him a little bit about you know, his long weeks, and they asked why he's only doing 45 minutes yesterday. So just a little bit of banter between the young men. I think you know, there's always some banter. So we got Josh at the back. Let's see, Andrew, if your theory proves correct.
I don't think so. I think he'll just he won't want to upset the apple cart too much, yeah. You know, they're not like I say. I mean, they're not necessarily racing as major teammates. But maybe I think he definitely was not pulling through whilst PJ was dangling. He was
I thought he definitely
he was trying to slow it
I
up.
thought he was trying to help him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing to do for your mates, you know.
No, of
It's,
course. Yeah.
they're also the two youngest riders in the race, so
Yes, that's true.
you know, looking out for each other. It's a good thing. They train together quite a lot, so they also know how each other's strengths and weaknesses are. I think the three Gauteng boys also have been training together quite a lot recently, so they also know each other pretty well, and who is who, and they'll be able to read each other when, you know, when the guys are really on the limit towards the end. I think Nicholas is going for a big attack up the left side of the road. He's just headed hard, swerving to the right. Gustav immediately onto his wheel. Zander on. There's a small gap to Josh, who's just closed it. But that was a full-blooded attack from Nicholas. Josh is still dangling off the back. And he's back on. I think Nicholas has sat up. Just making it hard.
Bo, can I come through and have a word, please, with my rider?
You guys are in for a treat now. You're going to get a world famous Andrew Johnson motivational speech live from KZN. Com is not listening to his radio. Nicholas back on the front. He's really going to now try and drive the nail into the coffin. If he can. So I also ride quite a lot with Nicholas, so I felt the brunt of it before, and it is quite unpleasant. when that happens.
Mbo, could I come and have a word with my rider, please? Who have we got up here now? More.
This, if I am not mistaken, is a vet. Oh, road surface here really a little bit. Just when I was complimenting how good the roads have been so far, we hit this patch which has been pretty diabolical. So we have the Sense and City ladies here in front of us, some of our best elite ladies. Let's see if I can see who it is when we come around. Some road furniture.
Oh, it is
Detritus in the road.
It is miserable.
Oh, here we have the ladies. Well done, ladies. But again, Andrew, that highlights, these are our top elite ladies. I think they started a good half an hour, so not half an hour,
Is
but
that the front of the elite ladies?
yeah, that's, I think, the front of the elite ladies, because we got the bikes. So they started probably 15 minutes ahead of these boys. And in 35 Ks, they've been chased down and passed.
Mbo, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
so,
yes, yes, I hear you.
Do you mind if I have a word with my riders, please?
Alright, you can go through.
Thank you.
so we nearly had a small incident there with this vet that tried to latch on because the com didn't see him.
Josh, if they're trying to work you over, do no work. It is as simple as
Yeah.
that.
True story.
Joel, food.
So we've got a vet again that's tried to latch on here. So Andrew is busy giving some instruction to Josh.
Well, Josh is now obviously the only KZN rider here, and there may very well be,
Some collusion.
yeah, and they don't want Josh there at the finish
front,
if
yeah.
they can help that, so
Yeah.
they will do whatever they can to get rid of him, and that's racing.
Yeah.
And if they can work together to get rid of him, that's one less person for them to deal with.
Yeah. And then it's
And then it's the podium.
then it's Gauteng for the win.
Yeah.
As my favourite saying goes,
Yes,
you know.
Gauteng for the win. So we got KZN. We got one KZN against 3 Gautengers here.
So what's even worse for you, Andrew, is we've got your Gauteng North riders.
Yes.
So Zander and Nicky are both Gauteng North riders. We're affiliated with Gauteng North, and you know, we like to say that we're better than everyone else.
I think Josh didn't look particularly phased.
No, I don't think.
You want to go through?
Thank you. That would be great if we could video from in front of you. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah.
So I think
This is the.
you know,
I think this is coming up to the first climb.
I don't think any of them are under pressure yet, Andrew, if I'm being very honest with you. I think they're all looking pretty good, relaxed.
Yeah. They're all okay. No one.
Yeah. Josh's Aero socks are looking a bit filthy, I think, from all the mud and gunk that they had to ride through.
Yeah.
They were nice shiny white at the start of the race. They're now, you know, some brownish, you know, color. We've got a mechanical up here on the left. Zander to the front. One one of the vets fixing his tyre on the side of the road. So Nicky's rolling through. Nicky is and Zander, look at them rhythmically out the saddle. Josh out the saddle. Gustav sitting quite comfortably, he's spinning a high cadence. I think Gustav is very comfortable at very high cadence because he's got a very strong track background. So, you know, he likes the higher cadence stuff. The shorter cranks hold up that leg speed. Nicholas is a bit of a grinder. He likes to ride very low cadence, big gear. Josh also likes the low cadence. I think it comes from the mountain bike. Zander, also fairly good track rider, also likes slightly higher cadence. So, but Nicky, absolutely a grinder. If the cadence goes over 70, I think he's pedaling too fast. Only really likes higher cadence on a time trial bike. To the front again. Rain's
So this
coming
is
down.
this is a descent, I think. Oof, I hope they all stay safe. It's very wet. It's very slippery. There's big patches of water that are
Yeah. Pooling on the sides of
and
the roads
streams
and
that are
mud
coming
in the
across.
road.
Mud in the road. Yeah.
Some pedestrians. Near the mud. Giving it some air. But the pace is not let off, eh? They are not letting off at all. They are pumping it.
So Josh was attacked by Nicholas just after he did his pull, and that was a good hard attack.
Yeah.
He waited for Josh to do his pull, and then he attacked. So clearly a tactic there. He wants to get rid of one
Sprinter.
of the sprinters.
Yeah.
And Gustav, and although Zander
He's got a useful kick.
he's got a very useful kick, and he beat Josh last weekend.
Breakaway. Josh was doing quite a lot of work in that breakaway, and I think you know, it's Nicholas's plan. If
Check these guys riding in the opposite direction.
if you remove the venom, then you know, from the fangs of the snake, you know, it can't bite you.
Yeah.
So I think that's Nicholas's strategy. He's trying to remove some venom here from the sprinters. Gustav and Josh have both got phenomenal sprints. Zander's also got a fairly handy sprint, so I think he'd like for them not to have a sprint. So I think if Nicholas can slip off the front with Zander, I think that would be their best tactic. They're both very, very strong time trial riders, so I think if they're off the front working together, they can definitely hurt the guys. I think that's probably what they might aim to do a little bit later in the race. They've been training quite a lot together, Nicky and Zander, on some very long, hard rides. So I think
So this is the 5-6 minute climb.
it looks
One
fun.
of them, not steep at all,
Yeah.
but certainly if they've been going hard
Yeah,
up to
it'll
this point, it's going
sting
to
the legs,
sting the
yeah.
legs. If they're keeping the pace high, which they will
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, Gustav is on the front.
They'll be
revving it.
riding at 300,
Yeah.
three-
Plus. No,
350
this is 3
there,
plus,
easy.
yeah. Zander all to the front. Gustav had a good pull there.
And it is raining now.
Zander rolling out from his pull. But they're all pulling hard, they haven't let up. I see the gradient kicks up here quite a lot. I think Nicholas is now having a dig. I think he wants to just make it slightly harder. I know if he's sitting, then he's going hard.
He's going to flick his elbow.
Yeah. Not yet. Still drilling it
Still
a little
drilling
bit.
it.
Just applying some pressure. There's flick.
Josh is doing a lot of looking around. He's keeping an
So
eye.
Nicky flicked the elbow now.
Yeah. Oh,
Little gap to Zander. Looks a little bit under pressure maybe. No. Nicholas is slotted in there. Josh creating some pressure.
Yeah.
Gustav creating some pressure. Maybe they sniff a little bit of weakness in Zander, I don't know. No, Gustav took a very short pull there. He wasn't making it hard. Just rolled off.
Zander either playing a good game of poker here, or he's battling a little bit, ever so slightly. It's so hard to know exactly how they're all feeling. There's a lot of games that can be played on the road and must be played. So there's a lot of bluffing that goes on, and that's in the body language and in the facial expressions.
A good poker face is invaluable, especially in a select group like this, because if they think you're suffering and you're not, you make them burn their own matches trying to get rid of you. Nicholas and Gustav having a little chat. I don't know what's going on. Maybe colluding a little bit against Josh, I don't know. Saying, shouting for the win. Nice up close and personal here with a
nice little com allowing us to go in front of them.
Yeah. Normally, ordinarily, we'd have to be behind the com. Okay. Nicholas had a little chat to Gustav. Gustav's just gone to the front and he's ramped it. So I think there has been some conversation about maybe getting rid of one or two of the riders.
Please come back before downhill for some terrorism.
There was definitely something said between the two of them, because Gustav immediately went and made it hard.
Yeah, look at this mist, Sean. Now they've got quite a treacherous descent. This is probably the most treacherous from Bucharest, certainly of the lot. And this drops down into Drummond, the halfway point.
Fourth.
There is so much water coming across the road here.
Yeah, we've got a safety marshal here on the left, just cautioning them to slow down slightly. I mean, the visibility is pretty poor. There's a ton of water on the roads. I see they put safety bollards all down this descent, obviously, because I think in the dry this would be a pretty high speed descent. And in the wet, you know, you just slide a little bit on a patch of oil, you're gonna slide across the road. Nicholas is hitting it.
I just hope they all get down here safely.
Yeah, like they're not hanging around too much. I think they're a little bit cautious, but they're not, you know, they're not going slowly.
No, they're not.
Picking up some dropped riders here from the earlier batches. There's the Drummond sign. Metropolis, the city that never sleeps. There's Drummond.
Oh man, the weather is, well, this is what they need, so not going to complain too much. They do need this, but hopefully they're all safe, have a safe race. They need these tough conditions. Josh just dangling a little bit off the back there, but maybe just playing it safe.
Strategically, I think low risk. Goes back there. It's just a tiny little gap that formed. I think just maybe keeping it safe. I think Nicholas has not come off the front on the descent. He also wants the racing line.
Yeah. Very positive racing mindset Mickey's got. Very positive racing mindset, whether it's on the flats, on the climbs, on the descents. He wants to go, he wants to make it hard, he wants to challenge himself and others around him.
Okay, still on the front. It's one of our elites.
So Sean, this is the Drummond Hotel. Yeah, and actually this is past time. This is where guys running Comrades would stop off and have a burger. Paul lending us her vehicle.
Yeah, so there's certain regulations about vehicle height, and Andrew drives a Sherman tank, so we had to borrow a smaller vehicle to be allowed to be in the race convoy. Good stuff on the front.
Yeah, Nicola, if you are watching, I will, once we get, I think, through Hillcrest, there's a long flat section through Hillcrest through to Kloof that we'll be able to look back and maybe slow down and just have a look at what the gap is back to PJ and what's happening with PJ. This section we won't be able to do that, but through Hillcrest we'll try that. So here's the Comrades wall.
So there's another insane, difficult event. I mean, running this route that we're basically doing on bikes now, I think you got to be serious. Here's the Comrades wall on the right.
And the rain is just coming down hard.
It's not relenting. Ride elite, they said. It'll be fun, they said. So Nicholas clearly wants to lead on the descents. He's been on every descent on the front. I think he's trusting his own line better than someone going down in front of him maybe. And he's obviously keeping the pace super hard, that there's no recovery for the others. I mean, look at these big puddles of water.
So much rain. Windy and raining. Guys are all gelling up.
There's another kicker, little drag in the road. This obviously just burns your legs every time you hit one of these. Especially when the pace is unrelenting.
A hard man's race for our boys, eh?
Yeah. Good practice for their junior years coming up in the next few years.
Big
Some of
steak
us,
sandwich.
you know,
Big steak
big
sandwich.
steak sandwich after this one, guys. Yes, this gradient looks a little bit nasty. So we have one of the elite riders that was dropped, that they caught, and he's now, you know, obviously kicked again.
Oh, is that him kicking past?
Yeah, he's gone past them
Yeah.
again. But I'm afraid I think that'll be short-lived.
Yeah, Josh is not prepared to go harder. He doesn't feel he needs to. Nicholas goes to the front and says, let's keep going.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kicks up quite steep here. I know I used to train for Comrades on this section of.
Have you done the Comrades?
I have, yeah.
How many times have you done it?
Only once.
Only once.
Yeah.
Well, that's once more than I've done it. So well done. That I think is proper hard. hard to tell if any of them are under pressure. I can see Gustav's upper body rocking a bit.
But he does have that style, doesn't he?
So normally when he's a little bit tired, that upper body starts to rock a bit more.
Okay.
I've noticed that in some of the races, but here again also could be bluffing. So I don't know if they look fairly comfortable. There's no little gaps opening. They all seem to be.
And that's the end of the climbing.
Yeah.
So now it's, there's a lot of still drags, hard drags, kicks. It's still hard racing from here. It is not all downhill, despite what the profile tells you. But there are no longer climbs. I think most of them are probably, some of the kicks through Hillcrest is one that's probably 2 minutes.
Okay. Look, on tired legs, a 2-minute effort is still enough to
any effort. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds at full taps is a strong enough attack. If you've got no legs, that you won't be able to hold a 30-second attack.
Yeah.
So that is what Nicholas van der Merwe is doing. He is just sapping everybody's legs in the hope that the sting is taken out.
Yeah.
And that the sprinters are nullified. That they roll into Durban freezing cold and tired.
Yeah. Look, that pace is hot, eh? They are not. I mean, I don't know how they got through this river. Yeah. But I mean.
Oh my God.
So he has that elite that thought he'd quickly ride them off on the climb.
Yeah.
And that didn't end well for him. So he's now back, being dropped by them again.
They've got a tailwind here. I think that's why also the pace is quick.
A little drag up.
Yeah.
Pace immediately gets revved. Bit of a microbrewery and deli on the left.
So we're entering Bothers Hill, Kearsney College, coming up in a few kilometers on our right hand side. The Pot and Kettle.
Family restaurant. I wonder if they have coffee in.
I think if we stop for a coffee, the race is done. It's over.
Yeah. Yes, our elite friend coming back.
He really is not wanting to give up on riding with these guys.
Yeah. The yo-yo effect is real.
Yeah.
So guys, the elite riders started 25 minutes ahead of these under-17s. So the fact that they've ridden 25 minutes into them is not bad.
Just to clarify, into the back end of
They haven't caught the front of the race, but
how many have we got viewing there? Are we scared anymore off?
no, we've got 16 currently busy enjoying our wonderful commentary, Andrew. I mean, I'd quite like it if they say hi on the chat, because then we can see who they are. I mean, I'd like that. So if you're on, give us a hi, give us a thumbs up, and we will then know who is on.
It hasn't stopped raining the entire race. Eh?
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped raining. We thought it would be maybe a bit of on off.
So
but
we
it hasn't
definitely
stopped.
have Nikki's mommy. She's on the.
Hello, Nikki's mummy.
Hello, Marusha. Zdrasti.
Why is Nicholas not in his Bulgaria Oh, it's not the TT.
It's not the TT, so he's
course.
not the Bulgarian road race champ. He's only the Bulgarian TT
He
champ.
got silver.
No, he got bronze.
Bronze in the road race. He was worked
He's worked over a little bit.
because he was marked after the TT where he put, what did he put, a minute?
Yeah, 40 seconds, I think, on an 8K TT raised some eyebrows. But I think it was also a little bit hostile for him because they didn't know who he was. He arrived with you know, a nice Fanamava surname at Bulgarian champs, and then smoked them on the TT on day one. So there was a little bit of unhappiness about that. So I think his fellow countrymen marked him a little bit in the road race. But subsequently, he's been integrated quite nicely into the...
Oh man, how's this car?
He's been integrated quite nicely into the national team. He went and raced Balkan champs against some strong federal countries in the national team, and then I think taking the win there kind of made him liked by the rest of the Bulgarian riders. So he's now doing a bit better.
Boring to opposite direction. They're lucky that they were on the left-hand side of the road. I would rather gargle wasps right now.
Someone is asking to be fed. It is under. Can we feed? Okay, just go up next to the com.
My battery, tell
Can
him.
we feed?
My battery, tell him.
Our battery's flat. Front or back?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
Turn
sorry,
off.
we're going to have to stop this.
Go at the head.
Yeah, I'll go up the edge. Stop, yeah. Where those tools?
Yeah. There we go. Just that. That's all we need. Yeah. Is that, which is Xander's? This one, where?
Yeah.
No, that's mine. Yeah. You got the Allen key?
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah. Just keep it handy there.
Okay, that is very unfortunate.
But it was not a bad change.
Yeah.
We were quick. Yeah.
Okay, so we unfortunately had a flat for Zander Erasmus on the front wheel.
But a fairly quick change
Yeah.
has meant that I think the boys won't attack. They will not attack.
Yeah, I think they'll.
They will wait for him.
Yeah.
I know Josh is probably, after last week, he's probably could just keep riding hard, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I think they'll wait for Zander. I'm sure Zander will get back. He's got a descent now to get down, both his hill descents, and then it kicks up, and you'll be able to see them comfortably for at least 2 minutes. You'll see them up ahead of him, and I think he'll put a little effort in on that kick and get back onto the back of him, and they'll sit up a bit. So no panic.
As we said, also Zander's a pretty strong time trial rider, so being on his own now, be able to have, he's got very big horsepower there.
And the guys will go slower on this descent. They won't take any risks. And Zander will get his way back. I'm sure he'll get his way back. Find his way back.
Very unfortunate. It could have happened in ice though. So.
We got. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to witness it, but there was incredible lightning fast wheel change there. No panic at all from both of us. Nothing at all.
Think about Formula One. how that would have taken place in a Formula One race. It was of similar speed and magnitude, and
also done very calmly, I thought.
So, and it was calm because it wasn't Josh or Nicholas. I think that that potentially might have been a little bit more panicked, but I mean,
oh man, it is wet and miserable, guys. These boys, big steak sandwiches after this race. He'll easily get on. He's probably already.
Hello, Henke Griffin. How is it with you, young man?
And he's already back.
Okay, so I think they must have waited for him.
Of course. It's the right thing to do.
So that's the right.
Mechanical,
yeah, that's.
And that is the right
fair
thing
play to the young men. Very sportsmanlike.
These guys are all mates, as Sean said earlier, so nice to see them racing.
So that's very fair play. I take my hat off to. I doff my cap to them.
Yeah.
Fair play. Some other elite rider here, and here's that our friend in yellow trying to make his way back to the under 17s.
A lot of action there.
Yeah, so all fun and games until I got sopping wet in the rain, changing a tyre. So ordinarily in racing,
let's see. Is there any sign of anyone coming behind?
no.
No. Yeah.
So
we do now, and that just shows why you have a follow vehicle. We do need to be up here and close and ready.
So in normal racing, Andrew, that normally wouldn't have happened. If they were racing on different teams, they would not have waited for it. I think.
I don't think they would have necessarily attacked.
They wouldn't have attacked.
But just carried on riding.
Yeah. World-class wheel change.
Yeah.
And obviously, Benny, like Andrew and myself, obsess about our child racing, and we live our dreams also through our children. We picture ourselves as these elite racers.
Absolutely.
So Benny is also one of our stronger vets, so he understands what racing, but
and we don't care whether they're enjoying themselves either.
No. So we're here to beat them and to scream at them. So I think that was a little bit nerve-wracking for Benny that is under punctured, but all good. Very nice racing from these four young men. I must say I'm very, very, very impressed with all of them. Positive racing, and they showed their class now when Zander punctured. It was not an immediate attack from anyone. They waited. So whoever wins here wins fair and square, not due to mechanicals, not any of that. It's great. It's sad that one of them is going to miss out on a podium.
True. Nicola, if you are watching, I'm sure PJ will be just looking to latch on to a few riders, find some company, maybe even latch on to a tandem. That'll be that'll be quick, especially on the flat sections. They all started with 2 bottles, so that's more than enough today in these conditions to get them to the finish.
People setting up coffee shop on the side of the road.
And the weather is absolutely miserable. It is not
No,
relenting. We're up in the misty area of
Said it would be on and off
yeah.
all day, you know, rain a bit, stop raining, rain a bit. It hasn't relented.
I think when we go, once we drop down into Pine Town, we might see it's clearing a little bit, but it is absolutely miserable up here in Hillcrest. As expected, Hillcrest always full of mist, rain, chilly.
If anyone knows what's happening in the elite and junior race, it would be great to post it in the comments. I mean, I'd be quite keen to find out, particularly the juniors, what's happening.
Here's our
Elite,
yellow cap.
Yeah.
Miserable weather condition races we've had. And SA, I mean, we're in the car, we can't feel the wind, but the wind is there.
Yeah, look, I mean, when I jumped out now, I got soaked in a nanosecond.
There's a river. This is a river down the road here, and hopefully that doesn't cross.
Yeah, so when I jumped out now, I got soaked in the few seconds we were outside the car, and it was freezing. So I'm very glad that we're not on the bike.
Where have they gone?
They obviously hit the descent pretty hard. I think.
No, they've taken him one. Yeah, on this side.
Yeah, is my friend Omo. What is Omo Lemo doing here? We talked to him.
What is he doing?
Yeah, just.
No, he's got it.
Omo Lemo. I don't have spares with. I've only got this. Not that I know of.
Okay, go.
Do you want to chuck him a tube?
We got a tube for you.
Do you want a tube? We can throw you a tube.
I'm sorry, man.
Sorry, Omar. Is he a junior?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was also under 17.
No, he's junior. Damn. He's been training super hard.
Oh,
I was
shame,
really
hoping
hoping for a good race for him. He's been with us every weekend. Really good.
This is a big. Oh, there's a fast descent here. So, right. Just buy one and then get the program.
The program onto the CSA channel, so that's what I did.
Oh, how's this weather, Sean?
The rain is lashing.
Miserable.
I think these boys are going to need warm clothes. So, do you know what the next problem is?
Look at this weather.
Yeah. So can I tell you what the next problem is? So they have to be wearing their riding kit to get on the podium, which is going to be soaked. So they'll have to change quite quickly into dry clothes, and then Josiah, yes, Omo has flattered, I'm afraid, and we don't have spare wheels that will work on his bike. We only have disc brake wheels.
Can I go up alongside them? I just want to talk to them. Thank you. Just check with all of them that they're all okay.
No, let's just wait for this car in the front to be out of the way. So we apologise for the picture quality. It's due to the atrocious weather that Andrew's organised. So when us Gautengers do the 94.7, we'll make sure it's done properly.
You okay?
I need a piss.
Piss, just piss in your pants.
not coming out.
Relax and do it.
Gus, you okay?
You okay, Gus?
Sander, you good? Nikki?
Suffering. Nikki? Okay. Josh, just wee, boy. Josh. Put it down. Joel, hey? Joel.
This is what is leaking out of Josh's pants. That foam.
Yeah.
Has he put like 100 tons of...
Yeah, what's Zander asking for here? Zander's asking.
What do you want, Sander?
Bottle, please.
Keep riding.
Thank you.
The Stroin.
Josh says he needs a pee.
Josh needs to pee,
And he says it's not coming out.
and Andrew has motivated him to urinate in his bib. Nicholas, Gustav, and Josh.
Now they're playing.
Yeah.
They're joking around. He says, I'm
Yeah.
trying to pee.
Yeah. Look, in this rain, it'll get washed away pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
no,
I
you gotta
think,
just go. But with the pressure on the saddle, it's quite hard
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pee. So
No,
you,
no,
have to
listen.
you have to get off the saddle.
Yeah, you have to stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know we've been practicing in the cradle. I think Gustav is busy peeing as we talk, as we speak. Yeah. Putting it out the top of the bib there, having a pee on the downhill, and they've been practicing
Yeah.
this maneuver in the cradle. So, Andrew, do we know how far it is to go from here?
It's probably 63, so it's 70 something. It's 28 k's maybe.
About 28
Yeah.
k's to
20
go.
k's. Nicholas is
And
going.
Nicholas is going.
Nicholas is going, and there's a gap here. And Zander has got a lot of work. Gustav's going around, so he might pull him. Oh, they didn't see the gap.
So, Vinny, there's still 4 riders off the front. We've got about 28 k's to go. They are going pretty hard still. Zander has informed us that he's suffering a little bit. He had a flat, we had to stop and change his wheel. The guys waited him a bit, I think. And Nicholas has just had a little bit of an attack. Josh needs to pee. I don't know if he's managed. Gustav had a pee. I think
Josh, take pressure off the saddles. Stand up. Josh, watch the wheels, eh?
so.
Check out the foam all over his...
No, I don't know what that is.
What is that? All over his seat.
I've never seen that before. Maybe there was some soap,
Soap
still
in his
the chamois
in his
that
bibs.
hadn't rinsed out, maybe. And now with the water, it's obviously foaming. But at least they'll have a clean bum, man.
But now he can see the puzzling going
Yeah,
on there. It's like,
yeah.
I desperately need a wee and I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Send him up to the cradle, they'll train him out to pee.
Well, did
Yeah.
Gustav manage? I
Yes,
don't-
no, that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. That was quick.
Yeah. It's essential on the bike skill for longer road races. Okay, so Nicholas is going again.
Nikki, I think Nikki actually is sensing that weakness in
Zander,
Zander.
maybe. Yeah.
And I think that's what
It's
is.
motivating him.
he's
I think he
doing,
wants
yeah.
to thin it.
You know, I think there's only 3 spots available on the podium. There's 4
Yeah.
of these boys here, and Nikki knows that he's probably up against 2 quite good sprinters if
Yeah.
their legs are there.
Yeah.
If their legs are there.
Well, look, I think he knows he's probably got the worst sprint out of the 4. So
Well, it sounds like him and Zander are fairly matched on that sprint.
they're pretty even, but I think, yeah, I don't know. I think he'd rather not take his chances if he doesn't have to.
Look, after 2 hours of hard racing,
Yeah.
attacks, etc., if you haven't fueled properly, I mean, anything
Yeah.
can happen.
I don't think they've been hanging around. I think they have driven the pace the whole way.
They have.
They've all, I mean,
Yeah.
even though Zander's taking strain, you can see him on the front, he's
He just
hitting it.
still hitting it,
He's
yeah.
hitting it hard. Very, very, very positive racing. And I think we're in for quite an exciting finale.
I think so.
Nicholas is going again. It's another elite rider.
See now, then he pulls over, an attack, and then your turn.
Yeah. It's good tactics from his part. Except the guys are not, when they take their turn, they're not.
They won't do
They're
that.
just sitting up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yo. That was sketchy.
Oh my goodness. They went through there easier than we did.
Yeah. How much lube do you think is still on those chains after all of this?
Yeah.
Not much. There's definitely a little bit of looking at each other. Yeah, Josh is still trying to pee frantically.
So,
Nicholas is attacking. Well, it's not an attack, he's just ramping it up.
just keeping it hard
Yeah.
is what his plan will be. Keep it hard.
It isn't attacked, it's just drill the pace a little bit. Make it hard. Unforgiving, unrelenting. This weather is
It's terrible.
diabolical.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So Andrew, when we host 947 up in Gauteng, I'll organise proper weather for us. Okay? Look, I've got a 1 in 3 shot chance of Gauteng for the win, for me being correct.
Yes. Brandon. Shit. Brandon. Yeah, good on you. He just couldn't hang on, no? Yeah, he just couldn't hang on. They were going through Cato Ridge. So yeah, he just, it's that freaking road bike position, Brendan. It's just something that they're not used to. They spend so much time on their mountain bike. So it wasn't a strength thing. It was just that repetitive cadence, like on the gas all the time. So it wasn't on a climb or anything. It was just flat, like consistent pedaling. And Harrison Flat, just before Harrison Flat, yeah. He dangled off a few times, and then it just snapped, unfortunately. Yeah. So look, he'll. No. He was.
So we're sitting at
He was 100. He was
80 k's an
100%.
hour.
So he just couldn't go with it. So,
Just above 80.
So he will. There was a batch behind him, so he'll latch onto that vet batch, and hopefully, he can ride as a group then with that vet batch. So the vet batch will probably be travelling at similar speed, maybe quicker, especially in the second half. So I think his second half will. No, shame, man. Sorry, man. Yeah, we were on the live stream, and I was giving as much info as I could. I mean, we stayed with him for long, and we stayed with him for as long as we were there. Like I was like, all right, just take. And then I just said to him, okay, take a gel, relax, wait for.
In the wet, and there's a full-blooded attack happening on the front
right.
there.
Jeepers.
And it's Nicholas attacking again.
And was it raining today? Oh, okay.
Just rolled off the gas again.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Geez, she is, eh? Yeah, I've been following her yesterday, yeah.
Pace has eased up slightly. I think after that last attack from Nikki, he saw it's not going to do anything on the downhill.
Okay.
It's time to eat a gel.
Okay. Yeah, listen, sorry, man. You'll see if you go back in the live stream, because you can rewatch it. It was absolutely heartbreaking, Brandon. Your boy, we stayed with him for a while, and but yeah, it's just, that's the nature of this freaking road racing. You know, once you lose it, it's, yes. Yeah, so, but he's safe, yeah. They will, yeah. Yeah.
Question in the commentary if Josh managed to pee.
You know, the conditions are absolutely terrible.
Not sure.
So it's rained from freaking start to the end.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Right, it's eased up ever so slightly down here.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's, you know, he's got the mountain bike shoes on with the mountain bike cleats as well, which, you know, it makes that high cadence even harder, because, you know,
Nicholas is attacking.
Slightly more weight on it, you know.
Big attack from Nicholas.
Yeah.
Big attack.
Okay. All right, brilliant. Okay, yeah. Well, he'll feel a big difference on that. Yeah. Yeah, man. Sorry, man. No, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Yeah.
Nothing came of that.
Okay, well, we'll give you guys a call as soon as he comes across the line. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Brandon. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Good luck. Eh? Good luck. Who are you riding with, Kev? Okay. Yeah. Well, Gustav is here. I mean, Zander's here. Zander beat Josh last weekend in the finale, and then of course Nikki's here, looking strong. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, and no, they threw. Yeah, they're heading now towards Westville.
Nicholas is attacked again. It's making the others work to chase it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Brennan. Good luck tomorrow. Okay. Cheers. Bye.
So Nicholas has now put in 3 big attacks.
Okay.
That have been shut down.
Okay. By who?
So the last one was Gustav. I didn't see the previous 2. I just saw him going. But
this weather, Sean, I know I keep saying it, but you guys aren't. I suppose you can see, eh?
Yeah. You can barely see anything else other than the rain. Should we stop here for water, boys? Anyone?
I think I might just disappear.
Yeah, myself. There is another attack. This time it's not Nicholas, I don't think. Can't see.
They are at 80 k's an hour into the freaking rain. How they can see anything, I don't know. Why are there cars there? Why is there a taxi up ahead?
Ambulance.
Oh, okay.
It's probably why.
Just to clarify that it's not a taxi on the route, it is an ambulance.
Yeah.
So well done to Amashova. Also, just go ahead and put it on. Shame, man. Sorry for the organisers in this weather.
Yeah.
Not ideal. We don't have many road races down here. This is one of them. So real shame about the weather. Well done to the cyclists that have come out and Raced.
and that are racing this. I mean, can you imagine spending 2.5 hours in this pumping rain and freezing cold and miserable conditions? There's another dig. Dig, 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 dig. I'm afraid all this talk of peeing and the sound of water, Andrew, is starting to cause a slight problem. We may need to find an emergency tree.
So, is Benny at the? Do we have Benny at the finish line?
I'm not sure where Benny is. Benny, where are you?
Do we have someone at the finish line? Please let us know.
Yeah.
Because we
In
won't
the
be
comments.
able to. Oh no, we will. We'll be driving alongside them in the sprint. So actually, we will have a fairly good angle. We'll be on the opposite side of the road, but hopefully, actually.
Zander having a bit of a go out the saddle. Nikki going again. Just indicating there that there's some obstruction, which is these riders in the front. Benny has just let us know he is in fact at the finish line. Thanks, Benny. Rolling here with the four amigos.
So the three Gauteng boys, they've been doing some nice riding together.
Yeah.
I think Josh will have to come up and do some cradle loops with the boys up there with the bomb squad.
Yeah, I think we
Hey?
call this one the bomb squad.
Yeah, just I think that's my Mark Johnson here with the comments here. So Mark and Chrissy have got their own. Well, they're the most experienced travellers around the roads of South Africa. Soon to be launching a podcast, Travel SA with Mark and Chrissy. And just a point of correction, Sean, earlier, sorry to our viewers, that in fact that wasn't a chicken house. It was established in 1805. Rainbow Meat.
Really?
Yep,
So meat house.
Meat House.
Okay.
Yeah. Please request from Mark Johnson for us to just do a proper fact check before we blurt this nonsense out.
Apologies. Andrew, any idea how far we are from the finish? I'm getting some questions here.
Okay, well we are 15 k's.
We are 15 k's out from the finish, Benny, roughly, give or take.
And now we get closer to, we're now heading into Westville, and the mist will stop now, and hopefully we get a little bit of respite in the weather. It's Benny, is it raining down?
Yeah, Benny, is it raining at the line? Benny, our man on the ground. And this is like professional broadcast. We know that live coverage here, coverage at the line, world-class commentary. I mean, it's like a professional broadcast. We can quit our day jobs. We can do this professionally, I think.
I'm not sure we should be quitting our day jobs. Just still trying to pee. You can see he's off the saddle trying to pee.
here comes a little bit of a drag. I'm sure there'll be an attack here. Yeah, Benny says it's still pouring at the finish. It's eased off, but still lots of rain. The finish line, there's going to be an attack up this drag, I can almost guarantee it. If not a full-blown attack, there'll be one or two punches thrown. Keep calm and pedal on, says the sign. Josh dancing on the pedals on the front. Thunder coming through. Nicky rolling through. Just revving. Ah, okay, he's revved it. There we go. I was waiting for that.
So he attacks and then flicks.
Sits up, Bill.
Yeah.
Revs, sits, revs, sits.
Now he won't get, at this point on now, he won't get much help from
the others, I don't think.
Especially when those pulls are at about 500 watts.
Yeah.
But he is keeping it fast on the descents as well. So he's not giving Josh any time to pee. He's not giving anyone any time to rest on the descents.
There's no recovery.
Yep.
He's going, pretty hard on the descents.
There
Leading
he
it
is.
in again, tucked
Yep.
in.
And Josh, every time he finishes on the front, he has a good look at the guys, because I don't think he trusts the three Gautengers now. I think he's probably quite wary.
Would be wise.
He'd be wise to not trust them. Yeah,
exactly.
I would think so. But can he handle it though? If they want to him, what does he do? And then what does Gustav do?
Yeah, look, I think fortunately they won't ride for each other. They all want to win it. So it would be different if it was Gauteng versus KZN, but it's fortunately not the case.
No.
Because then they could easily 1, 2, 3.
But what they will do is they will attack each other's strengths. They'll ride to expose each other's strengths.
Time to Norma Gel, I see, for Josh at the back. Those are quality Gauteng gels flown down in a bed of ice.
Because we don't get anything down here in Durban.
Gauteng gels for the win.
Got Josh sucking on his gel. I would suspect that Gus will probably sit Josh's wheel from here. He might want to be on Josh's wheel.
Yeah. You see, so with those two, they're going to look at each other. They just need to be wide awake that Zander and Nikki don't slip off the front then. If they're looking at each other, see their shoes are getting ratcheted up, everyone is making some plans. Nicholas just gone again. As you saw when PJ came off, you just need a small gap. If you can get a small gap, to close it takes an enormous effort. And the guy with the freshest legs, Josh has just had something to say to Nicky there.
Yeah, Nicky will be getting a bit frustrated. He'll be wanting him to keep it hard.
Yeah. Having a little chat. Speed's pretty high. I'm wondering what the average speed is. unfortunately didn't let Nicky ride with his phone because obviously it would have been drowned by now, so I don't have access to his Garmin. Otherwise I could have checked what's what. Having a dig again. Every downhill, just digging. Making it hard. Making the guys not recover on the downhills, you know, making them pedal the whole way.
What a great under 17 race. It's been fast and positive. Really pity that PJ wasn't able to hang on, but
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so
these
yeah,
guys,
it's ramping up,
Yeah.
and we're kicking out a few watts there,
yeah,
just to keep everyone honest.
yeah.
Flick the elbow.
Right, where are we? 45th cutting. We're going over the highway now.
Josh shaking out his legs. Just getting rid of some of that lactic acid buildup. Yeah, Benny's urging them to finish. Yeah, Benny, I also need them to finish. I have a caffeine deficit, and I'd also quite like to go to the bathroom. So for me, it would be awesome if they could finish. I mean, I don't know who these people are on the race course.
These are the 65 and 35 riders.
Is that who it
Yeah.
is? I was wondering, because they didn't look like they should be here. The front end
Yeah.
of an elite race.
So no more, well, obviously no more feeding from here.
No.
With 20 to go.
Yeah, 20 to go is
20
the
to
rule.
go. You're not allowed to feed. This is the last climb. This right here. And the pace is actually right off. I think the legs are probably
A little bit
sore.
Ah, no, when you said no more,
Yeah.
we've gone hard.
Yeah, and he has to go. This is the last climb, 45th cutting. Nicholas is going. Josh has closed the gap there. Christoph, they're all back together. Nicholas still going.
Kicking again. No, set up.
Josh is looking fairly,
Fresh.
well, he's just looking like there's a lot of eye contact going on there. Gustav is
Yeah,
a
but Josh
master.
yeah.
Gustav is a master as well, and he is,
Yeah.
you can see Gustav is just sitting nicely at the back
Oh,
here.
I just see Zander's rubbing his leg. Or is he looking for a gel? I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's a little bit dangerous. They need to watch because the guys in front of them now are swerving left, right, you know, not really looking at what's going on behind them. So we also need to be a little bit cautious here with these guys because they're all over the road.
There's a horrible left turn. Oh my
This
God,
guy's nearly hit
is
the
actually
deck
going
now.
I mean, you can't just put the brakes on. Sure. Going into the back of quite a lot of, and actually the sprint is going to have
some
people
of
in
these
it.
guys in the finish
Yeah.
not shoot. Yeah. So let's hope it's safe. Like it's a pretty wide road.
This is a little kick up onto the highway. Oh, attacks.
Yeah, immediate attack from Nicholas again. No joy, guys. No one is getting off.
They're all so strong,
Yeah.
these guys. They're all so strong.
So by all appearances, we're in it for a 4-up sprint, yeah?
as we drop into Durban under the toll gate bridge.
And now all spread across the road.
And Gus is not going to leave Josh's wheel, I don't think, from here, which is probably the right wheel for him to follow.
Nicholas making use of the whole road. They're now all on his wheel. Ah, and he's just gone again. They're having to chase hard, so you know, this is hurting everybody.
The silence in the car just is an indication of the tension.
Yeah.
The boys are really hitting each other, and we've now probably got only about 6 Ks to go to the finish, 5-6 Ks.
Look, whatever the result, yeah.
No, they've had a great race.
Listen, they've raced positively, and they are clearly very well matched, evenly matched. I think it's been a great race.
Great sign of the strength of our youth category
Yeah.
in South Africa now.
Look, I think it's the strongest youth category we've had in many years.
I would say on the mountain bike.
There goes Zander. Zander has just had an attack solo. Nicholas going to chase him. You see, if Nicholas was smart, he should let him go and let Zander, Josh and Gustav close it. What he should do now is flick.
But he can't because Zander can just ride to the finish for the win.
Yeah.
And then Nicholas finishes fourth in the sprint.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's so difficult.
But the others also want to win, so they would have chased it. Could have rolled the dice. Oh no.
He's cramped.
That is very, very unfortunate for Zander again.
Gustav is looking very comfortable.
Yeah, he's not under pressure.
He's not under pressure. He's following Josh's wheel. He's looking very comfortable. But a lot of short, very sharp, hard efforts.
Attacks, yeah.
Attacks that.
So this will come down to repeatability. How many of those can you do in a row? Really,
and how well have you saved your legs?
Yeah. Lots of cat and mouse being played currently. Quite lucky we've got quite a wide road coming in, so we've got a pretty decent view of what's happening. They've sat right up.
Yeah.
Maybe a little chat. You know, what's for lunch? Where are we going after this, you know? Yeah, and then in 4 weeks' time we have 947 up in Gauteng, so some good racing coming up. We'll be live streaming that as well.
And there's a chance that they might go off with the elites at 94.7. The Cycling South Africa have actually been really helpful in this regard, and the commissaires were saying that if it weren't for the weather conditions, they may have even allowed them to race in the elite batch today. So hopefully we can get that permission for 94.7.
Yeah. Some chicken licking on the right here to motivate the riders to finish quicker.
Oh, the nerves are building in the car,
Yeah.
but they're all down here. Oh, there goes attack by Zander. Nicholas is not going to go.
It's not
Zander's
just going to
gonna
let it. Yeah. It's going to let
yeah,
it go.
and Zander's going to go.
And the others are going to watch. No, they want Nicholas to close it. Well played, Zander. Well played. Now they're waiting for Nicky to chase him. Very well played, Zander.
So Zander's got a gap.
He's got a big gap.
He's got a big gap. He's going, he can TT.
He's a very strong time trialist. The others are just staying on Nicky's wheel.
Well, Nicky's still going as hard as he
Yeah.
can, so he hasn't flicked yet,
Yeah.
but they'll have to work to bring Zander back. He hasn't flicked yet. I'm sure that they'll have to work.
He's still going. He's closing the gap.
He's closing the gap by himself at this point. He should flick now. He should be flicking. He's closed the entire gap by himself, but really,
I think that
Yeah.
might have hurt.
that'll hurt, but he should have flicked that. Strong ride from Nicky.
Yeah, Zander set up.
No, he's walking across the road, man.
Oh, and these other guys are weaving left, right on their
Yeah.
MTBs, not aware that anyone's coming up behind them.
Okay, so here is coming up close to Kingsmead, and then so we are about 3 kilometers from the finish now.
So I'm sure that hurts Zander and Nicholas now.
Well, I think it hurt everyone. I think they've been viciously going. Zander and Nicky have been attacking,
Yeah.
short, sharp attacks. And Gus and Josh
Playing the sprinters
won
game.
the game of poker there.
Yeah.
They waited, and Nicky closed the gap. Hey?
But a great front row seat to watch this unfold for us. Someone snapped a chain. tactical battles happening, Andrew.
2Ks to go, guys.
You can see the stadium up ahead.
2Ks to go. Who's got it in the legs? And who's got the tactical head?
Yeah. So I'm just
Oh,
going to
there,
go
there,
longer
there,
again.
there goes.
Just going long again. Excellent attack from Zander.
Zander with another attack. Nicholas close. Gus is gone.
Gustav's
Gustav
gone.
is
It's off.
gone. Will Nicholas see that? Does Nicholas see that? Because Gus is off the back.
They need to look. If they turn around and look,
They haven't looked. No one's looking. No one's looking.
yes, sir. Are they stupid? Go! Josh has just looked. Let's come back. I don't know why.
Shit, we were supposed to turn
Were we?
at the Sassel. Apologies, but we can't go any further.
We're going to miss the sprint. Benny, let us know what's happening there, please.
That's Josh. Yes.
Josh Zander.
I don't know. Couldn't see. Sorry, we missed the.
So guys, I'm going to drop off the live coverage here. Hopefully you guys will see the sprint and the results.
What a great race from these boys.
What an absolutely
Yeah.
cracking race.
Full marks to them. We can't tell you what the results were there, but with Zander's last attack,
Yeah.
Gustav couldn't go with that. They got a gap, but they didn't look behind
No.
and see, and he almost got back.
So
them.
let's just wait. I'll probably
gonna
get
go?
an update. Here's the result. Thanks for watching our live stream, and we will be back with you for 947.